So apparently, I went viral. Viral for not being the national awardee, for not writing the first self help book for children in India, for not even impacting over 20,000 individuals, but because I said one sentence. I said, I make close to 1 crore a year. Mic drop, internet breaks, and I nearly had a mini heart attack. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Manjoo Shree. I'm a psychologist, mother, Tamil punna, and I wear short skirts. And yes, I talk about feelings for a living. Let's rewind a bit. It was the October 29th of 2024. I had the honor of getting roasted officially on stage by Nuzair Yassin, the founder of Nas Daily. Amazing, right? We spoke for 6 full minutes. We spoke about the journey of a solopreneur as a founder of Lifeolicious, the survival of a psychologist in today's economy, and the tactics of what one needs when you get on to be a founder. A week later, ding, a reel from that event comes up. And you know what was published? It was not my journey, not our wisdom, but just the part where I said I make close to 1 crore a year. Even my teenage son came running, screaming, Mummy, you're the trending psychologist now. Well, at first I laughed. And then I froze. I froze because, let's be honest, I wasn't ready to be this visible or this labeled. The comments started rolling in. So one said, does mental health pay that much? How she even called a doctor? Boss babe skirt alert. Okay, I like that one. And hey, that skirt was my brother's gift. Suddenly, I felt I was not a person anymore. I was just mere content. I ghosted Nas Daily for 4 full days. Yes, I refused to collaborate with one of the most influential creators on planet Earth. Not because of arrogance, not out of arrogance, definitely, but out of fear. Fear of being reduced, fear of being misunderstood, and fear for being liked for someone whom I was not. The next day, my son just grabbed my phone saying, Mommy, I'm going to just accept collaboration. And then he looks at me and says, Mommy, why are you being such a boomer? Why can't you just say thank you and enjoy it? Boomer, I birthed you, son. And back then, I thought boomer was an 80s bubblegum from all that I knew. And then I later got to know that it is a slang used by youth culture for someone who's not in touch with youth culture. But he was right, ain't it? I was falling into a trap which I coach people out of every single day. The trap of external validation. As a psychologist, I just knew what was happening in my head. In the year 1954, Festinger came out with this social comparison theory, where he says our human minds are wired to compare. We don't need to try, it just happens. Well, fast forward, let's look at our paradox of today's world. We are one of the most connected generation in history. We are the most connected generation in the history of time. And yet, loneliness is rising globally. We are all searching for time, visibility. Internet gives us visibility. But what about belongingness? Slowly after this whole incident, there was something which broke my heart into a million pieces as a psychologist. Just the part when I read suicide is one of the top leading causes of death in individuals aged 15 to 29. And all of this centered being loneliness. And when I say loneliness, it is not the absence of connection, but it is the absence of being known for the person we actually are. So that night, I built something what I use with my clients, with my students, and even organizations extensively. It is called a cognitive filter therapy, which I formulated as the validation detox formula. So I need your help right now. To start with, I want you to raise your hand if you have ever felt the pressure to be liked, ever. Thank you. Thanks for being honest. That is the first step of awareness. Now let's start with my situation and let's break this formula into 5 buckets. Now let's start with mine. The first one, people who commented on my reel. They don't know me as a person. They don't even know my full name. And I don't know them as a person. So what should I be actually doing? Ignore. Because filtering unknown supports mental bandwidth. It's healthy for your mind. The second scenario, you like them and they like you. You should vibe, collaborate, enjoy, because mutual connection fosters oxytocin, which is a trust hormone. What if you like them, but they don't want you? Accept, unfollow, because reframing this reduces rumination and rejection based anxiety. What if you don't want them? You don't want them, but they like you. Respect. Respect doesn't mean relationships. In fact, boundaries are very, very healthy for emotional neutrality when you detach without bitterness. And what if you don't like them and they don't like you? Why are you even watching their stories? What should we be doing? Avoid, block, because boundaries are psychological oxygen to our human brain. Now, everybody, the question is for you. Do you remember that comment, what somebody said somewhere, and it's just living rent-free on your mind for so many years, and very often this comes into you and you feel stuck or lost? Do you have that comment? Ready? Yes? And now, tell me, which bucket does it fall into? Is it ignore? Is it avoid? Is it respect? Or is it love? What does it fall into? Now you know the answer. I want you to let it go. Because I believe, everybody, if we want to be understood, we will never be valued. Yes? And this change in strategic thinking, it's called cognitive reappraisal. And in lab studies, this cognitive reappraisal reduces anxiety by a whopping 40%, which is huge. So what is cognitive appraisal? The ability of our mind to interpret a situation around us and change the emotional response to what we like is cognitive reappraisal. When we do it in a formative pattern, over time, it becomes a pattern where your negative feedback turns into a constructive criticism for you. And your brain just naturally rewires itself over time. This is literally like a brain surgery happening inside you. And this beautiful, magical process in psychology, it is called neuroplasticity. Now, let's pause here, everyone, because this problem is bigger than just me. Yes? Because we are raising a generation who want to be liked online, but are actually lonely in real life. We are not just scrolling, we are doom spiraling. This is a new epidemic. As I was researching through this whole content, on February 5th, 2026, Elon Musk, one of the most connected and powerful person on planet, slipped something into the news which became a major headline. He said he was unhappy. And that brought me to an understanding, everybody. The internet gives us visibility, but it does not give us belongingness. And it starts with chasing likes from strangers whom we don't even know. Are we able to connect the dots? And this validation detox formula, it is a simple but effective method for us to start exercising that mental muscle. For all I know in 43 years, everybody, I think it's high time we teach emotional intelligence to children before trigonometry, because everybody deserves the right to know how their own mind works. I think it's probably one of the most important education we will ever get. Don't you all agree? Yes. In my years of 43, in my real life, not my real life, I've come to believe if I want to be understood, I will die confused. But if I live to be true, I will sleep well, knowing that someone somewhere is happy because of me, even if I wear a short skirt, and even if the computer or the comments mislabel me. Yes, I did become viral end of the day, but you know what I truly want? It is to go eternal in the lives of the people I touch, not for my income, but for my impact. For each of you out there who are shrinking your voice, to every one of you out there who are double guessing your worth, for each of you who are afraid of being judged, remember this, everybody. You are not your like. You are your life. Beyond the obvious, let me tell you, everyone, end of the day, when you leave the hall today, I want you to remember that you are not your like, but I want you to have the courage, find the courage to like yourself, even while no one is watching you. That is enough. That is freedom. And that is the legacy what I would like to go viral on. I'm Dr. Manjoo Shree, and I'm very happy to leave you with the message to go live your life unfiltered. Thank you, everyone.